Well. Guess who's back? It's Shifty talking about the Niners, Vikings. Huge win. Niners back in the win column. Let's get into it. I've missed you guys. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Shifty Sports Talk. It's your boy Shifty. This one's going out to Niner fans, near, far, NFL fans, sports fans. You're all welcome here. Today we are talking about the 49ers beating the Minnesota Vikings. It was 34-26. What a game. What a huge win for the 49ers with playoff implications, back and forth, really exciting. Really wish I streamed the game because it was a great one, but I was just feeling real bad. Just so you guys know, really busy with work last week. I work in retail, so you can imagine with Black Friday and everything, it was crazy, and then I was sick, but it's good to be back, and we are going to recap this game. First off, got to talk about some of the injuries, unfortunately. Deebo and Warner, they are both out 1 to 2 weeks. They are both going to miss the game against Seattle this coming Sunday, which I will be streaming, by the way. Dre Greenlaw, who I've been hyping up a lot, came back, first game back after week 1. Hurt again. Looks like he's going to be out for a little while. Trey Sermon looked pretty bad, but actually it sounds like the injury wasn't as bad as it maybe looked. So season might not be over, but I really think that Sermon going to be a guy that we're going to really stash and see what he can do next season. D Ford is someone who didn't get to play in this game, but I think he will be back for the game at Seattle, so that will be a huge boost to the D-line, which has been stepping up, so that's really good. So real quick, just to kind of recap the game. Jimmy, real bad interception to start the game. I was thinking, oh, here we go. Here comes the bad Jimmy Garoppolo. This is not good. Vikings go down score, but hey, we come back, we bounce back. Deebo has one of his Deebo runs, tie it up. Vikings go down, score again, and then right before the half, we have a great drive. It ends touchdown. It was awesome. I believe it was Deebo again. Gets in the end zone, and just what a play, what a drive just to finish off the half. It goes 14-14 into the half. We come out, third quarter, drive it down again. We drive it down again. Another touchdown. This time in the third quarter. So in the third quarter opening, it was Deebo who scored. To end the half, it was Juwan Jennings, who had a solid game. Then, so at this point, start of the third quarter, we go down. We score another touchdown. So it's 21-14. One of maybe like the first play of the drive or second play of the drive for the Vikings, Cousins, interception, Azeez Al-Shaair takes it back to the 2-yard line. Mitchell runs it in. It's 28-14. You're thinking maybe the route is on, but hey, not so fast. The Vikings came back, clawed their way back into the game. Scored a touchdown. Niners, kick a couple of field goals here and there. Robbie Gould missed a field goal that could have killed the game with 2 minutes left, but he missed it. Vikings try and take it down. At this point, it's 34-26. There's less than 2 minutes. Kirk Cousins is driving, and they end up turning the ball over on downs. The 49ers, big home win, big win with the playoff implications here, and stoked on the result. So let's go through the team. Let's see how we did. So overall, if we compare how the Niners did to the Vikings, who were very evenly matched teams, in terms of total yards, the 49ers had 423 yards. 208 of those on offense were running the ball. Crazy. Vikings, 323 yards. So we outgained them 100 yards on offense. We had possession for 37 minutes. They only had the ball for 23. The Vikings had 2 turnovers, the Cousins interception, and then the great play by Kevin Givens to force the fumble on Dalvin Cook, who unfortunately got hurt on that play. And then Jimmy G had that 1 turnover with the interception, but bounced back really well. So kind of piggybacking on that, let's talk about Jimmy G. 17 of 26 for 230, touchdown, interception, just very Garoppolo-esque numbers. The interception at the beginning, really bad, and you saw Kyle Shanahan just rip into Garoppolo, and I don't blame him. I was real mad too. I don't know what he was seeing on that play. But he bounced back. He made big throw after big throw on third downs, touchdowns, so he really did play well after that. Slow start, of course, but then, hey, he came back. And even if we actually talk about his slow start, I think it was on the first and maybe second drive, a couple of guys, he kind of threw the ball high. He was looking like he was going to be off, but then he really reeled it in. So tough start, but then really pulled it together, and the offense was in sync, and the offense did what it did. Speaking of the offense, you have to talk about the running game. Elijah Mitchell, so impressive for a 6th-round rookie. Can't believe we got him there. 27 rushes, 133 yards, almost 5 yards per carry, and a touchdown to boot. And here's the thing. Minnesota, even though, look, their starting D-line was out, so we've got to think about that. But Minnesota were stacking the box, and we could still get 5-6 yards a pop. So that's a great sign. Deebo, let's not forget about Deebo in the run game. 6 rushes, 66 yards, 11-yard average, 2 touchdowns. Crazy good. Ayuk, 3 catches, 91 yards. Had some, they were all pretty big catches, down the field, getting open, finding the soft spot in the zone. That's something that, Shanahan's going to be really excited about, and something that we're going to need to see a lot more of now, especially in the next week or two with Deebo being out. Jauan Jennings, he only had 2 catches for 24 yards. Both of those catches were huge. We had the touchdown catch right before halftime, which was a great play, great route. And then there was a big first down. I think that was maybe like a 20-yard game, but, Jimmy just fitted in right between a couple of defenders, and Jauan Jennings knew he was going to take a hit, but came up with it. Jauan Jennings almost had a great touchdown grab in the end zone where Jimmy kind of flipped it up. He just missed it. His knee just landed outside of bounds. But that would have been a great play. But overall, I think we're going to see quite a bit more of Jauan the next couple of weeks, and excited for it. Offensive line, Trent Williams. There's countless plays, that we can talk about where, he was just absolutely dominant. One thing to keep in mind, though, Laken Tomlinson at left guard, 2 holds. Luckily, it actually didn't hurt us at all because we were still able to convert, but 2 holds, so something to keep an eye on. Brunskill looked like he was getting bullied quite a lot in this game, though. A lot of times the pressure was coming from the right side of the line, and I could see Brunskill getting pushed back a lot, which definitely made Jimmy a little bit uncomfortable in the pocket. And then on that play where Deebo got hurt, and I don't necessarily think this was the cause of him getting hurt, but Alex Mack totally whiffed on the block. You saw it, the Vikings linebacker was in there in the backfield in a heartbeat, and Mack, you could see he blew it. So overall, the O-line played okay. I actually thought the pass protection would have been maybe a little bit better, considering the entire Vikings starting D-line was out. Let's move on to the defense. So, the defense. Defensive line Bosa, just monster. What else can you say? But I do want to give a shout out to a couple other guys. Charles Omenihu, we did the video when we acquired him. He had a couple of nice plays. I think it was against the Rams, if I'm not mistaken. But he came up with big plays on Sunday. He had the fumble recovery when Givens forced the fumble on Dalvin Cook. Not only that, I think it was like a 3rd and 2 or something like that, and he had a big tackle. I thought it was a tackle for a loss, but they didn't credit it for him. But he had a big tackle on 3rd down to force the Vikings to punt. So nice impact plays. Speaking of impact plays, and who I just mentioned was Kevin Givens. He was getting in the backfield quite a bit. Of course, had that huge play to force the fumble on Dalvin Cook. Linebackers, Azeez Al-Shaair. Can't say enough good things about the guy. Just what a stud he's turned into. He's been just amazing this season. In the absence of Dre Greenlaw, he has stepped up and then some. Bummer, though, Warner and Greenlaw are hurt, just like I mentioned at the top of this video. Hopefully, looks like Warner's going to be back in a couple of games. Warner was, again, solid there. Going to be interesting to see if the Seahawks are probably really going to attack our linebackers in the coming game. We're going to have Marcel Harris. We're going to have Demetrius Flanagan-Foles playing at linebacker with Azeez Al-Shaair. So this is a big game for Azeez coming up at Seattle because it's going to be all on him, calling the plays, everything. Cornerbacks, and Mosley, awesome. No complaints from Emmanuel Mosley. Josh Norman, forced a fumble, 7th forced fumble of the season. Great, like that. But that defensive pass interference, and he had a holding call, I think, so not good. Josh Norman, here's the thing going forward, guys. Niner fans, we're going to be living and dying by Josh Norman. You got to live with the good and the bad. We just can't let the bad really take us down. But unfortunately, teams are just going to be targeting him all the rest of the season, and hopefully we get into the playoffs too. Don't know how I feel about that one. That's when we need a guy like D Ford to come back and really help get pressure on it. So that way Josh Norman, who's maybe plays a little bit too aggressive at times, can actually maybe make more plays. Safeties were all real solid. Ward was always in the right spot. Tart was okay, had a couple of nice plays, and Hufanga was solid in coverage. Although the Vikings, I don't know if it's a great play by the Vikings or Hufanga maybe messing up on Adam Thielen's second touchdown reception, but it just seemed like the zones weren't always there, like they didn't play the correct zones. But hey, they make a mistake there, they'll look at it in film and hopefully correct it. So overall, stoked on the result of the game. Again, it was just so back and forth. There was some just amazing plays by both teams. I got to give credit to Minnesota, missing their entire starting defensive line. They put up a heck of a game. I hope Dalvin Cook is okay. And, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Vikings get into the playoffs too. As for the 49ers, we got a big game coming up against Seattle. Seattle have really struggled this season. If we can go up there and take them out, maybe this could be the last season that we see Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. We've heard whispers about Russell Wilson possibly getting traded, so something to keep an eye on. But overall, what can you say? If I had to give some game balls out, defense, Azeez Al-Shaair. Interception, I think he recovered he was right there for a couple of other plays, a couple of pass defenses. Then on offense, it's got to be Elijah Mitchell. I really love to give it to Deebo, but it's got to be Elijah Mitchell. Just pounding the ball. Also had 3 catches for 35 yards too, so let's not forget about that. Total yards for Mitchell, almost 170 scrimmage yards. So great plays. The Niners are really hitting their stride. We're playing our game, controlling the ball. Here's the other big thing. I just want to end off the video here. The last 3 games, the Niners have absolutely dominated time of possession, ran the ball a lot and somewhat effectively, but the biggest thing, and we talked about this all season long, the turnover battles. In the last 3 games, the Niners are positive 5 in the turnovers, which is just gigantic. And it's one of those things that the more you force turnovers and you get those favorable starting positions, it just changes everything. Like when we got the interception, we get the ball to the 2-yard line, 1 play later, Mitchell's in for a touchdown. So we got to keep that going. Got to force turnovers at Seattle and going forward. So right there for the recap of the 49ers and Vikings, gonna leave it at that. It was a great game. It's great to be back doing the videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And, at this point, guys, I guess all I can say is I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side.